Hello, collective. Welcome back to Love, Light, and Life Affirmed, your daily affirmations for self-love and growth. Hey, guys. Welcome back into the channel. So, you guys, this is going to be Threads of Karma. This is part 2 of our shadow work messages for this week. So, of course, I'm just going to pull a spread, start there. I will also pull messages from your higher self, okay, as some clarifiers. Then I will also get us messages from Mystic and also give you a life message at the end. All right. Something to leave you with a bit of encouragement, a bit of advice, direction. All right. Beautiful. Let's get started. Welcome back, all of my current followers and subscribers. Thank you guys so much for all your love and support of the channel. You guys are absolutely incredible beings. I truly appreciate all your love and support of the Etsy shop, of the Cash App and Venmos. You guys, it is such a blessing. Thank you for allowing me to be here to help you along your journey. Thank you for allowing me to offer words of encouragement, wisdom, advice, and allowing me to share my story with you as well along the way. Welcome in all the incoming followers and subscribers. I always love to have you guys join our soul tribe. Make sure when you hit the subscription button, make sure you select all from the drop down, just so that you don't miss any of the other messages that I do upload for you guys on a daily basis. Okay, you guys, let's see what healing, closure, and soul lessons we need to address for this week. What's most important? Overcome self-doubt. Self-doubt clouds your vision, trust in your abilities, and take the leap. Your future self will thank you. I see this one a lot, when we talk about karmic lessons. I feel like this is such a huge one just in general for the collective, just for the world in general. I feel like people lack self-confidence because I feel like we are molded so much about what we see by what we see in social media, what we see on TV, that it makes us question ourselves. It makes us question our own abilities that come natural to us. If it's not something that we're seeing in social media or seeing on TV, right? It seems like it's insignificant. But let me tell you something. We all have a gift. We all have something amazing that we can offer to the world, that we can offer as a part of who we are naturally. So, overcoming self doubt is a huge one. For a lot of us, it's not easy, but understand that your self doubt comes from the opinions of others. It doesn't come from your thoughts about yourself if you really think about it. Your self doubt has been ingrained based on the opinions that others have given you that have not been so positive. But if you really take a step back and look at that, just really follow me here, right? The ideas that you have about yourself, the doubt that you've placed on yourself has been based on the opinions of other people. And even if you feel like, well, no, these are things that I think about myself, but why? Why do you think them about yourself? Because it's something that someone else told you. Because people don't just wake up and every single day without external opinions and just start to think negatively about who they are. So understand that the opinions that you feel about yourself, the doubt that you feel, is based on other people's opinions specifically. How much weight should other people's opinions really hold when it comes to how you feel about you? I'll leave that with you to think about. Okay. What else? Face the consequences. Your actions ripple beyond the moment. Stand in your truth, accept what follows, and let it guide your growth. Yep. Accountability. It's another tough one for a lot of people. A lot of people don't want to take accountability because of how it makes them look or how they think it will make them look. Lack of accountability, in my opinion, is a coward's way out of being responsible for their actions. And to me, people who lack accountability, you can't really feel a way into respecting someone that is not willing to be accountable for their own actions and choices. So, this is a message to encourage those who lack accountability, who are afraid to be accountable for their actions out of fear of being ridiculed or judged. You are already being ridiculed and judged by not being accountable. It's always better to have people's respect from a place of integrity by being accountable for your actions. People can respect you, meaning that people can build a level of trust with you if they know that you're willing to be accountable for your actions. But see, when you run away from accountability, that means that you are a person who is okay with being deceitful, because you're concerned about how it will make you look to admit that you made a mistake as a human being. Which is interesting because we all make mistakes as human beings. So face the consequences. Your actions ripple beyond just that moment. So even if you don't see the ripples, just like when you throw a rock into a river or a lake, the water ripples and they keep going and they go beyond your sight. So even if you feel like you've gotten away with something without being accountable, you haven't. People will just begin to judge you silently for not being accountable, for not admitting that in a moment you made a mistake, there was a wrongdoing, the wrong thing said, the wrong action taken, which again happens to all of us. If you can be accountable, people can accept, okay, that was just a mistake that this person made. They were willing to admit their wrongdoing. That, okay, we can still look at them as somebody trustworthy with a level of integrity. But if you are not a person who is ever accountable for your actions, people will not trust you. What's next? Step into divine timing. What's meant for you won't pass you by. Trust the delays. They're aligning your path. Yeah. A lot of the times we like to be in control of our life and the way we want things to go and how soon and how quickly and what day and what time. But control is an illusion. Things happen when they're supposed to happen. And if things are meant for you, they will always be meant for you. They will not pass you by. Even if it doesn't come as quickly as you'd like or, when you expect it, trust the delays. Things come to you in your life when they're supposed to, when you're ready for them. If things come too soon when you're not ready, you end up losing them, pushing them away, self-sabotaging yourself to miss out on blessings that were meant for you because you were not ready to receive them. So don't think that delays are denials. What else? Break self-limiting beliefs. This picture says, too late, not good enough, no one cares. And it's a depiction of a plant that's been rooted in the ground, but then covered by a glass so it doesn't have any room for growth. Self-limiting beliefs, the things that you tell yourself that make you pessimistic about who you are. The only limits are the ones you impose. Break free from outdated beliefs and unlock your true potential. Stop telling yourself you're not good enough. Stop saying it's too late to take an action, to do something that you've been needing to do or wanting to do. It's never too late. And stop telling yourself that no one cares. There are people who care deeply for you, even if sometimes you don't care about yourself. There's always people in our lives that care for us, but sometimes we're too blind to see it because of our own self-limiting beliefs. Beliefs that we're not good enough. The things that we tell ourselves when we look at ourselves in the mirror. The things that we don't desire about ourselves that break our confidence. But just because you tell it to yourself, it doesn't mean that it's what other people feel. But what happens is when you tell it to yourself, you start to project and assume that's what everybody else feels. And then you start to limit the people around you from being able to pour into you and to actually show you love because you are not ready to receive it. It means that you have some healing to do internally. But projecting onto others and making others feel insecure because you feel insecure in order to make yourself feel better, no, that's unacceptable. That is not the way to go about it. Don't try to bring people down on your mental level of insecurity by projecting that onto others. Find a way to heal and actually grow so you feel more confident about who you are. Don't be a part of people's lives to try to bring them down or bring them backwards because you're not ready to move forward. What else? Change your fate. Your story isn't fixed. It's unfolding with every choice you make. Claim your power and write a new ending. Yeah. Get rid of the self-limiting beliefs and start to write your new story. Write a story where you are confident in who you are. There is no self-doubt. You are able to take accountability and be courageous and admit that you made a mistake. And admit that maybe the mistakes that you've made have caused delays in your life because of the self-limiting beliefs that you've held for so long about who you are, the insecurities. The belief that there's not time to make things right or make changes. The belief that no one cares when it's obvious that there are people in your life who care, but you're not ready to receive it. Try to start a new story, one that you actually like. Clear entangled karma. Every relationship holds lessons. Break free from karmic ties that no longer serve your growth. And this could be karmic ties with anybody. This could definitely be family, childhood friends, co-workers, lovers. It doesn't matter. You need to clear these entangled karmic relationships that no longer serve you, that are not allowing you to grow, that are keeping you stuck in this web, keeping you complacent, keeping you believing that you're not good enough, that it's too late, that no one cares. It's time to break free from those. Understand soulmate lessons. Soulmates come to teach us. Embrace the lessons they bring, even if they're hard to swallow. Yes, that was definitely a lesson I had to learn, collective. That not everyone that you feel a soul connection to, a close connection to, a lot of chemistry with is meant to stay a part of your life, because most of the time those people are meant to teach you lessons. They are meant to put a mirror up to you and the things that you need to heal. They're meant to be there as a way to push you forward into growth and evolution. And a lot of the times, the things that you learn about yourself are very, very hard to accept. Very tough, especially when you have to now learn to heal from it. So understand soulmate lessons. Understand that not every soulmate or a person that you are connected to in that way you're meant to hold on to. Once they show you that it's time to evolve, that it's time for you to grow, you have to let go. You cannot heal in the same place that breaks you. or attempts to break you. Break free from emotional dependence. Yes, true independence comes from within. Free yourself from emotional reliance on others. This is usually what happens in these soul ties, in these entangled karmic relationships. There's a level of emotional codependence that has to be broken. But it's difficult when you're so used to listening to everybody else's opinions as facts about who you are. And like I said, you only doubt yourself because people told you that you should doubt yourself in certain aspects of who you are. This is not something that you just woke up one day and told yourself. It is you listening to the opinions of other people that have been ingrained in you that make you feel like somehow their word is true facts. When in fact, I'm pretty sure that is not how God sees you. Because God doesn't make mistakes. When He made you, you were not a mistake. You were meant to bring a purpose, a level of creativity that is unique to who you are. But because other people may not understand who you are, who you're supposed to be, they've now made you feel doubt about who you are. Break free from that emotional dependence and learn to truly depend on your own thoughts and feelings about yourself, so that you are not relying on others to make you feel good about who you are. You are now responsible for doing that. And yes, it will be hard to break the pattern and the thought pattern, because if it's been a long time and you're now truly into your adulthood, late 20s, 30s, 40s, and 50s, changing your mindset may be difficult, but I'm telling you that you are allowed to choose how you feel about you. Nobody else is in control of that. Like Cat Williams said, it's called self-esteem. It's esteem of yourself. People are going to have opinions all day about you, whether you listen to them or not, right? You know, free speech is a thing, but it doesn't mean that everything that people say is fact. Understand karmic returns. What you send out into the universe comes back. Be mindful of your energy. We're talking about ripple effects here. Perfect depiction of exactly what we were just talking about. So even if you can't see where the ripples end, understand that your energy, the information that you put out into the universe, that you try to project onto others, is energy that will come back to you. So it's important to be mindful of your thoughts about others, because your thoughts about others sometimes become what happens to you. If you put out energy of happiness, of joy, of love, then that's the energy you will get back. If you put out energy towards others that is negative, pessimistic, judgmental, that's what you will get back. Things always stay in balance. So be mindful. Lotus flowers may be significant, the ocean. Embrace your shadow. Perfect message. As we are talking about facing our shadows, facing our fears, collective, embrace your shadow. The shadow holds the truth you need. Embrace it, integrate it, and use it to transform your life. Don't be afraid of it. Everybody has a shadow side. Not one person is all light and all dark. Everybody has both sides. Some may gear more towards their dark side, which is very interesting, and I'm sure they see the consequences of that. But even people who bring light to the world, who are light workers, healers, you can't just work from your light side. There has to be a balance. You have to understand both aspects of who you are in order to fully bloom and blossom and be the person you're supposed to be. Don't look at it. Don't look at your shadow side or shadow aspects of yourself as something wrong with you. Everyone has both sides. It is about you being aware of them, acknowledging them, and understanding the consequences it brings into your life and learning how to adjust so that you can transform and use them as points of empowerment, not to harm yourself or others. That's it. One more. Kindness creates change. Yes, it does. This depiction reminds me of a biblical reference of the woman wanting to touch the garment in order to heal. Kindness creates change. Every act of kindness shifts something somewhere. It is a ripple effect. Be the reason someone feels hope again, not the reason someone loses hope. Be the reason someone smiles again today, tomorrow, not the reason someone cries. Because the energy that you put out to others will come back to you. Kindness creates change, creates a ripple. And people don't forget how you make them feel. People may forget the details of things that you say sometimes, depending on the impact it had. But people will never forget how you made them feel. So be mindful of how you choose to treat yourself and others. An act of kindness is very simple. It could be as simple as just saying hello, or it could be as simple as paying it forward, paying for somebody's coffee in the drive-thru that's not expecting it, because you don't know, they may really have wanted coffee but been struggling that day. An act of kindness is very easy to do, and the energy that is put out comes back to you. All right, let me get you some messages from your higher self. Reach for your dream knowing that it's already coming true. This is about believing in yourself, trusting in yourself, your abilities, overcoming your self-doubt. Understand that the things that you want, that you desire, that the person you want to become, it's already yours. It's already there. It's just knowing that it's already coming true and believing that, holding on to hope and faith that it will come into your reality. What else? When a new door opens, walk through it and begin again. Every single day that you wake up, you have a chance to start to transform, start to heal those particular shadow aspects about yourself that you know need work. Every single day, you have a choice. And again, it doesn't mean that you have to do it perfectly. What does that even mean? Like I said, healing is ugly. But once you've started the journey, you will begin to enjoy it and you will realize how beautiful it really is, how good it really feels internally. It will not be something that is seen externally, except people will start to truly see how happy you really are without saying anything, because your happiness will not be because you just bought a new car. Your happiness will not be because you have on new shoes. Your happiness will not be because you just got paid yesterday. It will be an internal joy that cannot be taken away by material things, by the opinions of others, because you will now start to see yourself truly in the light that it's supposed to be seen. You will begin to love yourself, and it will not be based on other people's opinions. It's a beautiful thing, collective. It's a beautiful thing. Everything you want is on the other side of the unknown. That's why I'm saying you can't be afraid to look at it, to look at the shadow side. Yes, you don't know what you're going to find over there once you start to do your introspective work, but sometimes you already know. But it's the amount of courage that you have in looking at it and not knowing what's going to happen once you start to open up to it. That is the unknown. Don't be afraid of the unknown. It will lead you to growth, to lessons, to wisdom that will allow you to grow into the higher version of yourself, which is what you want. So don't be afraid of the unknown. Every day is unknown. I don't care how many times you have a calendar for the month. Every single day you have something written down that you're going to do at a certain time. I guarantee you that life thinks it's hilarious. And I guarantee you that that calendar of appointments and time frames will be challenged. Every day is unknown. You are never lost, but only forging a path to new worlds. Yes. So you may be stagnant. So maybe you feel lost, but it's just a delay until you decide that you're ready to move forward into your healing, which will open up new paths for you. Your success is closer than you imagine, so just keep going. There you go. Your confirmation. If you're already in the process of your healing work, keep going. If you are thinking about it, it's time to start. One more for the collective. One more piece of information they can take with them this week from their higher self. Oh, well, I guess you need two. Let your true color show so your tribe knows how to find you. There you go. Be who you are. Be who you are. People will find you. The people who are supposed to find you will find you as you start to live in your authenticity. Intention and action launch all your dreams. There you go. What are your intentions for yourself? Once your intentions are clear and you start to take action, you will start to see the change that you want. All right, let's get a mystic oracle to close us out. Thank you for being with me again, collective. Understand that your girl is never here to judge, but just to, again, bring awareness so that you can start to acknowledge those parts of yourself that need work, because we all need work in some way. Healing is constant. There's never a point where you are fully healed. There's always something that we can learn about ourselves, about others, how we deal with others, how we deal with ourselves. It's just about not being afraid to be authentic enough to look at it, truly look at it from a real perspective, not based on illusion, not based on other people's opinion. What is your opinion about you? What's our mystic oracle? Time to act. You don't have to know everything in advance. Exactly. Everything that you want is on the other side of the unknown. Like we just said, you don't have to know everything in advance. Take the first step and watch it all unfold. You can deal with whatever your path reveals. You are ready. Forge a new path. When you make new choices, you create new results. Let go of old patterns and embrace the power of possibility. You are fully supported. You are always supported. Behold beauty. When you insist that the world is hostile and others are your enemies, don't be surprised that it is so. Self-fulfilling prophecies unfortunately work both ways. Like I said, ripple effects. The energy that you put out is the energy that you receive in return. So if you are deceptive and you are untrustworthy and you are not a person with integrity, that is the energy you are putting out. That is what you will attract towards you. It works both ways, with positivity and with negativity. So again, be mindful of the energy that you put out towards others. One more, please. Let go. Let go of negative people and toxic beliefs. Your time on earth is precious. Your time on earth is precious. Invest it wisely and be mindful of who you spend time with. Energy. It matters who you are around. It matters the thoughts that you send out towards others, the intentions you have towards others. All of it matters. So it's time to let go of the people, places, and things that no longer serve you at this time and rejuvenate yourself. Know your limits and allow them to guide you. Limitations can teach you to take better care of yourself. You have full permission to rest and say no. Say no to the people and places and things that are not going to help you heal, that keep you in a low and negative vibration. If you choose. Because like I said, we all have choices, right? You can choose to keep certain people around you that you know that are low vibrational, that will keep you exactly where you are. Or you can choose to take a break and walk away and take time to heal and figure out who you are so that you can grow, evolve, and you can reach your full potential. Everybody has free will. And again, no judgment here because, like I said, we all have our own choices to make. I always hope that the message at least gives you some food for thought, even if you're not ready. Because maybe one day you will be, even if it's not today. And maybe you won't. And that's okay too. I still always pray that people find their way to their happiness, whatever that is for them. All right, you guys, let's get your, one last life message that came out quickly. So this is it. I connect with heaven. A challenging situation holds a hidden lesson for your growth. By turning inward, you can find peace and transform resentment into understanding. Embrace this moment as a step forward, serenity, and trust that every experience leads you closer to your true self. I mean, if this is not a way to wrap this up and confirm this message, I don't know what is. A challenging situation holds a hidden reason and lesson for your growth. If you're ready to grow, you will accept the lesson. And I pray that you do. Because I think you'll be surprised by how good you feel once you start to get through some of these challenges and lessons and you start to apply them to your life. You will even surprise yourself, collective. All right, you guys. Thank you for being here with me. Thank you for letting your girl give you a little bit of wisdom, advice, some knowledge, share my story with you, share the energy with you. I send love to you tenfold. I also send peace, prosperity, joy, health, wealth, and abundance, peace of mind that is priceless. I send it to you as well. And until next time, you guys, bye.